Hey guys, it's Alec, and I debated whether I was going to do this Q&A because I didn't get a lot of questions, but I decided, fuck it, let's do it. I am on break currently, and I still haven't started tea. I'll probably start tea tomorrow. Hopefully, tomorrow's Monday, today's Sunday. And this is probably going to be posted way later than that. So most of the videos that you see probably going to be filmed this week when I'm just starting tea, so I don't change a lot, that's why. But without further ado, let's start the Q&A. I also forgot to mention I was Louise Belcher for Halloween. So I made these. I made them, I'm proud of them. I mean, they looked better before they were really used for a day. Elliot Grady, I'm sorry, Elliot, asked, my situation is my mom won't let anyone call me Elliot because she doesn't want me to get picked on and doesn't want to be a phase and me not be able to go back, but I don't think I can go another 2 years with being called female pronouns. So someone liked this up too, so I'm assuming more than one of you deals with this sort of situation, which was something my dad had when I was a freshman. He did not want me to be called Alec. He made me use a male form of my birth name for a bit. So I compromised with him. I went by my last name, which was good because no one was really assuming otherwise. So if I were you in this position, I would say go by your last name. But I also did something, I don't know what your family life is at home, so I would say if you think it's safe, do it, but only if you think it's safe. Tell your friends to call you male pronouns. Tell them your mom doesn't know, you don't want to know, just say it. I went by Alec and male pronouns with my friends and teachers for about 4 months before my dad found out. But that was because the school had to call him. So it also depends on where you live. I know in my part of the US it's very open, but if you live somewhere where it's not, where that could be a problem, it's all about that. But I think the main thing I would say to your mother is reassure her that it's not a phase. Something that I did to reassure my parents that it wasn't a phase was I went to therapy and I basically had a professional adult say, hey, your son is your son. This isn't a phase, this is real. You have to start getting on board with this now. So even if you're opposed to going to therapy, just do it because they can back you up on your identity. And that's not another kid saying it, now that's another adult saying it, which is a completely different thing in the parents' eyes because they are just parents. But getting picked on, I think I would say, in my personal experience, I haven't gotten picked on, but I would rather get picked on as a guy than have lived the rest of my high school career as a female. That just shows anything. I don't know what you would say, but even if people do pick on you, they can go fuck themselves. Really, they can, because you do you, and no one does you better than you, and you are amazing. So fuck what people say. Fuck what they think about you, because at the end of the day, what mainly matters most is that you're happy. So I hope that helps. If any of you have any advice for him, leave it in the comments below. As with every other Q&A I have, if any of you have extra advice you want to add, just leave it in the comments below. So Q&A number 2, do you plan on transitioning further, like going on T and more surgeries soon? You're awesome, Alec. Oh, thank you, Sophia AF. So yes, I do plan on going on T. I actually did just get T. I know this was posted a month ago, so I'm sorry, but I am going on T. More surgeries soon? I don't really know. I've thought about hysterectomy, and I still think I'm too young to really think about bottom surgery because of the implications with your pleasure during sex, and I still haven't had sex. So I think I want to experience that with a trusted person, and if I'm comfortable with that, I don't think there's a need for me to change my bottom half, because I still want to be able to have an orgasm. I still want to feel pleasure down there, because that's the whole idea of sex, is that mind-blowing like pleasure, and I want that. I don't want to sacrifice that for something that only me and my partner would see in reality, because honestly, if I really want to stand and pee, I can get an STP for that. So I think I'm too young to make that decision, so we'll see. Hysterectomy I have thought about though. We'll see. I'm not really sure about surgeries. Q&A, do you doodle a lot, like on your paper? The lizard. I used to doodle a lot. I doodled a lot freshman and sophomore year. Last year, not so much, because I kind of got C's and B's my freshman and sophomore year, so I needed to pick up my shit last year. So I really had to focus and pay attention, but I still doodled a bit. I don't doodle so much anymore because we have Chromebooks in my district. So instead of doodling, I'm on Twitter. I'm doing something else. But I'm pretty sure if we didn't have Chromebooks, I would probably be a doodler, yes. I would probably doodle a lot. And then what I do doodle is like geometric shapes. So I start with a diamond, and then I build off from there and just try to even it out, and it turns into this really cool pattern that I like. I've done it since 5th grade. Andrew Metziger. Is there any way to contact you aside from YouTube? Yes, there is many ways to contact me outside of YouTube. If you go to the homepage of my channel, I have my Tumblr, my Twitter, my Instagram. You can contact me on any of those. I usually answer for the most part. I used to have Keek. I don't really use the Keek, Kick, whatever you want to call it. K-I-Keek. K-I-Keek. K-I-K. Whatever you want to call that. I used to have one. I don't use it anymore, but there's that. Final question I see here. How have your classmates responded to your transition? I don't know if it'd even be possible for me to be stealth at school, considering how I've been around roughly the same group of people since middle school. Then again, my school is pretty small. Anyways, good for you, and I'm happy to see that you're feeling good about school. Multi-8 in 1. Thank you. So, my classmates, most of my friends who were accepting and knew what it was, were very nice. No one outwardly said anything against me. I did have some friends who I am now close with originally say, why do I have to call you that name? Why do I have to use male pronouns? And some of them I had to explain a couple of different times. One person I explained multiple different times. He finally got, he's actually one of my really close guy friends now. Yeah. It just takes a lot of educating because I'm the first person most people have met who's transgender. I'm not, you don't really, at my town, like there's 3 of us. So it's not like you run into transgender people on a daily basis, so no one really knew how to react correctly. So it's just a lot of educating on my part to my teachers, my friends, but all of my classmates responded well and are still responding well. I recently came out to someone who I didn't know I'd ever be friends with, to be honest. I just saw her in school, but we're kind of the same person because we actually sat next to each other in stat this year, so yeah, you know who you are. But I was really nervous about coming out to her because I didn't think she knew. She did know, but I didn't know that. So I told her to find my YouTube, and she did. And then we had a really nice long talk, and one of my favorite coming outs ever, just because it was so relieving that she was like, yo, I'll fuck someone up. But she was also really willing to learn because I think she said one thing wrong, so I just kindly corrected her, and she said, yeah, go ahead and correct me, I want to learn. And those are my favorite people, those who want to learn. The reason why I can be stealth, just because you said I don't know if I'd ever be stealth, is because my district has 3 middle schools, and one of the middle schools gets split up into 2 different high schools, and that's the one I went to. And there aren't that many of us at my high school that went to middle school with me. So those who went to middle school with me know, but those who didn't and didn't have class with me freshman and sophomore year don't really know. So I don't know if they know or not.
Hey guys, it's Alec from the future, and so it seems that I missed a question, so I'm going to answer that right now. Alex Morgan asked, how did you decide to learn drums, and did you have any idea that it would become something you'd be passionate about? I decided to learn drums because my girlfriend at the time was a drummer, so I was like, yo, I want to learn drums. And I started off on a Guitar Hero set, which wasn't even a set. Then my parents got me an electric set, and now I have my lovely set in the background. And then sophomore year, I was asked to audition for snare, and I did. I was awful at the time. I'm better now, I promise. And when I picked up the sticks, I just kind of knew. It was this weird connection, like the drum chose me, I didn't choose the drum. Last year, my friends got into drum corps, and I had no idea what it was, and I got into drum corps, and my whole body said, you have to do this. Like, this is your future, this is your passion, this is where you belong, you need to do it. So I've been putting everything I have into it. I had no idea I'd become so passionate about this, especially snare. It just kind of happened because I did not have the opportunity to march snare in high school. So I'm kind of behind a lot of the guys who are going into this, trying out for cadets and crusaders. I've just put everything I have into it, and I hope it's enough to get me in. And I'm just gonna keep pushing more because it's what I love to do. I wake up every morning happy, excited to play. It's the thing I found that I can do every day for the rest of my life and never get sad or bored. So I had no idea that I would be as passionate about it. It just kind of happened, I guess.
LOL at the fact that I thought I didn't have enough questions, and this is now a 10-minute video. Anyway, if you have any advice for these people or anything you want to add to my answers for the questions, go ahead in the comments below. Enjoy. I hope your back to school is going well. I'm very busy, so if a video does go up, because it's probably scheduled and I don't respond right away, and another one goes up and I still don't respond, it's probably because it's scheduled. But I love you guys. I'm going to respond to all these comments now. Peace. See you guys.